Okay, so let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture. Um, for those of you who are sitting at your desk, have your feet flat on the floor, about a hip's width apart. Sitting on top of your sits bones, just feel the weight of your sits bones in the chair, the shoulders align with the hips. And imagine your spine is this beautiful string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So just imagine you're lengthening your spine, putting some space in between the vertebrae. And then go to the crown of the head and relax your scalp. And just see if you can feel any sensation there. And then relax the forehead and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. Just particularly the top lip. Just imagine relaxing that. And then the back of the tongue. And relax the jaw, the temples, the ears, the inner ear. Relax the back of the head, particularly at the base of the skull. Maybe imagine you're lengthening your neck there. So when you do that, you'll notice your chin might drop a little. So try not to have it drop too far. And then maybe not allow your chin to be too high. So somewhere in the middle. So you've got this beautifully aligned spine, and imagine your ears are also aligned with your shoulders. So now you're in an excellent position for your breath, for your lymph, for the chi, prana. So this makes it easier for you to meditate. So then notice the sensations of the breath as you inhale and exhale. So it's a little bit cooler as you inhale through your nostrils and slightly warmer as you exhale. Notice the sensations as your diaphragm drops down as you inhale and rises up again as you exhale. The sensations of the ribs, the thoracic cavity expanding and contracting the whole way round, in the back, the side, the front. Your shoulders might lift slightly. But just really imagine the expansion of the ribs. Then some of you may feel the rising and the falling of the belly. But just focus on one of those breath sensation areas. You may notice, if you're focusing on the nostrils, notice sensation at the base of the nose or the side of the nostrils. And this is a place for you to come back to if your mind travels. And be aware of any sort of external sounds, any sensory information, external sensory information coming in, whether it be from traffic or pets or family or friends, phone. If there's somebody in your house making coffee or toast or breakfast or lunch, just allow all of that to be there and notice what it elicits in your mind when you do smell something really nice, like someone baking bread, or you hear a sound. And then be aware of what's arising in your mind this morning or this afternoon or this evening, wherever you are. And put some space in between the thoughts. And allow them to just bubble up and to abide. And then try not to follow the story. Are you making lists in your head about the things you need to do today? This is the time of the year in the US where everyone's working on their taxes. So that could be something you're thinking about. So just notice, be aware, and then be curious about what's in the mind this morning. And then be objective about what's there and compassionate. And remember, we're all just a little bit human. We're never going to be perfect. Well, we will be one day. Right now, we're human. So maybe you can forgive yourself a little for a few things. And bring to mind all the people of your life, your loved ones, your strangers, and then the ones you don't really like or trust. And as you're kind of scanning these people, be aware that these relationships can be interchangeable. And even you may notice, even amongst your very close relationships, that are, stable, you'll notice there's shifts and changes. And regardless of whatever's going on right now, all these people are equal. They're just like us, you and me, in that they just all want to be happy. And that, we all do these weird things to find happiness. Some not weird, but we do have an interesting way of thinking that this thing might make me happy, and then we go for it, and it might not necessarily be the thing that will make us happy, or might make us happy for a little while, like a new something, a new bag or a new watch or a new phone. And they don't want to suffer. And we all know about that. We all try and avoid suffering. So I think we'll do this practice this morning for all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. And just, wishing Michael well on his way. I'm sure he's in a good place. And maybe he can see us, maybe he can't. I don't know what happens. Maybe he's in a pure realm. he certainly had an incredibly kind and committed relationship with the Dharma and supporting people and volunteering, very generous with his time. And then also think of Kimberly, who's so incredibly generously sharing her journey. And we won't have her with us for, much longer. And then all our people, we've got Precious Judith, who's now part of our community, and then and I have to say, you guys, she's benefiting so much from seeing you all. Yeah. And then, Amy, who hasn't been around for a while, she's been very sick. So anyway, everybody, just think of all these people in your life who you want to send some good energy to. So now I'm going to share, it's there already. So imagine all of space, go back to all your sentient beings, all the people of your life, and imagine the space is filled with these beings, maybe even more. Maybe think of the insects and the ants. The ants were investigating my bathroom yesterday. They send these scouts out. So I put the scouts outside. We'll see what happens. So all the little sentient beings, all the little ants that are looking for something, the birds, the squirrels, the whales, the turtles, all these beings. And your parents and other family members are beside you, and the friends and the people you don't get along with so much. The friends behind you as a support, as Annie Karen at Copan used to say, and your ones you don't get along with in front, and the others all around, filling space. And contemplate the suffering of these beings, these people. And think of the suffering initially of your parents. I think when we're little, we don't contemplate their suffering very much. We just we don't think about it. As we get older, we start to realize, that they might be having some difficulties. And when you're in the thick of it, sometimes it's really hard to see if you are in the thick of it with your parents. But just kind of take a step back and focus on how they might be seeing the world, what things might be like for them. And open your heart to the physical and psychological problems that they might be experiencing, and think that just like you, they want to be free of suffering, and feel how wonderful it would be if they were free and could enjoy the peace and the bliss of enlightenment. So that's an easy one for us, because we don't want our loved ones to suffer. We really want them to get better when they get sick. And think of the people that you don't like and have hurt you, and imagine their suffering. So try and look at the world from their point of view, their physical pain, their discomfort, their feelings of loneliness. Because guaranteed, if they've upset and messed you around, they've probably done the same to others. They may be insecure, and they may have a lot of fear. They may be acting tough, but inside they're just terrified. Maybe they have dissatisfaction. Nothing is good enough for them. And just like you, they don't want problems, but they have no choice because they keep acting in ways that attract them, thinking that that's going to bring them happiness. And then expand your awareness to take in the troubles and the pain of other human beings, the strangers and animals and insects and the marine life. And whoever has an uncontrolled mind is necessarily going to be suffering. So, that dog that barks. So where I live here, the main house, there's this dog, Bodhi, and she comes to visit me occasionally. She knows who I am. When I come through the back door to use the laundry and she's in the study, she's wagging her tail and comes to say hi. But if I come through the front door, she barks. And it's really weird. I can see the confusion on her face. I know you hug me, you pat me, but you're coming in through the front door, so I need to bark. It's very, very interesting. So that's a mind that's a little bit confused. That's a mind that's, not particularly uncontrolled. The suffering of the mind of a dog. But don't be overwhelmed by all of these, sentient beings in your life. Remember that suffering and pain and mental experiences are impermanent and they're changeable. So you may also recognize that when you wake up in the morning and you have one kind of feeling, by the afternoon, it's changed, guaranteed. And I asked Judith yesterday when I went in, I said, how's your mind today? And she goes, well, I've been through several up and down today. So it's very interesting when you're sitting in like a hospital type room and your life, is quite small in that way. She does have the papers, but you're left sitting with your mind. And thank goodness she's a Dharma practitioner for many years, so she knows what to do with it. So when we are able to start dealing with our own misconceptions and our own negative energy, when we can start trying to turn it around, and sometimes it's a bit like turning around the Titanic, doesn't happen easily. Over time, hopefully we'll start to gradually identify and develop a correct understanding of the way things actually exist. So really feel a strong aspiration to do this yourself so that you can help others to be free of their suffering. So that's really the main point. Why are we doing this? So we can help others. So now imagine above the crown of your head and facing the same way as you, this beautiful Chenrezig, manifestation of pure, unobstructed compassion, love, and wisdom. And his body is made of radiant white light, transparent, sort of almost like a hologram. Really try to feel this living presence of Chenrezig above the crown of your head. And he has this beautiful, peaceful, smiling face, and he's radiating his love to you and all the beings around you. He's just not in any way critical. No critical thought towards you. He's just completely, looking at you and all beings with perfect equanimity. And he has this beautiful smiling face, and he's radiating his love to you and all those beings around you. And he's got 4 arms. The first 2 are held at his heart, and they hold a jewel that fulfills all wishes. Rinpoche used to call the wish-fulfilling jewels. His second 2 hands are raised to the level of his shoulders, the right hand holding a crystal rosary, and the left a white lotus. And he's sitting on a white moon disc upon an open lotus, and his legs are crossed in the full lotus posture, each foot over the opposite thigh. And he's wearing these exquisite silks and precious jewels. So all of these silks and jewels and the mala and the lotus, they all represent, they're emanations. They all represent something, and they all are emanations of his extraordinary practice, his virtue, just like the Tara. So try and imagine this white beautiful, compassionate being above the crown of your head. And you can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And just try and stay relaxed and comfortable and open to Chenrezig's serene, loving, compassionate energy. So we'll make a prayer from our heart now to overcome our misconceptions, our negative energy, and to develop pure love and compassion for all beings. And feel that in this way you're connecting with your own true nature, your own highest potential. Because this is who you really are. So imagine in response, you've made this request, you've made this prayer. Chenrezig very lovingly very happily sends streams of white light, and this light fills every cell and atom of your body, purifying all of your negativities and problems and your past harmful actions and your potential to give harm in the future. And I really love that. It feels very protective as we recite the mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now imagine that Chenrezig very lovingly fills you with this limitless love and compassion in the form of golden light. And your body feels light and blissful, and your mind peaceful and clear as we recite the mantra again. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now imagine that the light from Chenrezig's heart radiates out to every living being, purifying their negative energy and filling them with bliss, even the ones you don't like. Just imagine. It's actually far more relaxing to not have that angst. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani So now imagine Chenrezig dissolves into white light, and this light kind of flows down through the crown of your head and comes to your heart chakra. And your mind and the mind of Chenrezig merge indistinguishably with the mind of your teacher, and you experience complete tranquility and bliss. So we just hold on to this feeling for as long as you can. We've actually got 2 minutes left, but just notice that when your usual sense of I starts to arise, the I that's bored, or, oh gosh, I'm in pain now, or I've got to run off and do this thing now. Just think that that's not your true self. And just simply bring your mind, your attention, again and again back to the experience of being one with the qualities of Chenrezig's mind. Infinite love, infinite compassion. So they have this practice in Hawaii called Ho'oponopono, which is all about forgiveness. So I'll look in a little bit into that a little bit, and it also means integrity. So holding space for a person to forgive them, but also holding them accountable, holding yourself accountable as well. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'd like to look into that a little bit more, and I'll share with you what I find, because I think it's very helpful. All these cultures, all these different practices, we can learn from them. Right, let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy we've created by doing this practice and this meditation to the happiness and the peace of all living beings. So maybe try not to watch the news for at least half an hour. Don't disturb your mind. All right, everyone. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Mary, for hosting. And I will see some of you this evening. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you.